Hi everybody, this is Pramita here, and today we're going to start a new series along with the one that we were creating, that is creating a junk journal kit sort of thing. So that's an ongoing process because I have already come out with some more templates, so maybe we're going to work with those also. That's going to be the second part of how to create a junk journal kit. But today I'm going to show you how to create an ephemera pack on the go. Like suppose you're traveling. I always try to make things a little bit easier, not very complicated, but suppose you're traveling, you're going on a short trip and you want to document that. Okay, so you can have a on the go ephemera pack along with a mini journal ready to be used. So that is the whole idea. And along the way, I'm going to show you how you can jazz up your journal also if you want to, or you can leave it plain if you so desire. So we're going to be using some packaging for the ephemera folder folio sort of thing, and I will be using boxes like this. So basically I require only one box or maybe two for different pockets and stuff, but just to show you that you can make them out of any size as long as it is what you want. The size is what you have figured out, that I want this to be this size. So you can make it this one. I don't know how tall or how short this is. I just had this and I picked it up. So okay, so I wanted to talk about this ruler. This ruler, you know, this scale or whatever had been with me for more than 30 years. This is when I was in college, and trust me, I have the set squares that I used in my college. So we had these big set squares. We had to do some calculations and stuff because we needed that for our practical classes, and this was one of the set, you know, that came. This is a very good quality ruler, but it's just that it's old and it's dirty now. It's just a snippet of information that I thought I'd share. So this is around 6.5, you know, the top part. I will trim everything down and make it more convenient. And this is 4 inches, perfect for your traveler's notebook, mini traveler's notebook sort of thing. And probably I'm going to be using these boxes as, you know, to make pockets and stuff like that, because this, I want this to be pretty sturdy. You can do the same thing with file folders. So if you want to see how you can make something like this with a file folder, because I have quite a few variations that I have done using file folders. But of course there are many tutorials and videos on file folders, folio, ephemera folio stuff. But still, if anybody wants to, you know how I do the process, I will be more than happy to share. So today for this project we will be using these boxes, and I'm sure you people have these you know, in your stash. All junk journal makers, they don't throw these away. And my husband thinks I'm crazy. He used to think I'm crazy, but now what he thinks is, okay, it's a little bit of madness that I can tolerate. He is that kind of in that kind of position right now. So we will be using this box, and then I'm going to show you how. Now when you're using a box like this, you will find that there is one place where it is joined. Okay, so this can't be a seamless thing, you know. It is made to look seamless, but it has an opening sort of thing. So what I will do is just use some, just to pry this open, and then you will see that it will open up on its own. I'm just not going to tear it too much. Okay, so this is what we will get, and trust me, this is all going to get covered up. So even if it It's not perfect when it's being taken apart. It's okay. Okay, so I'm going to open up all the joints, and yeah, so this is what we have. Okay, so I'm going to trim off this portion entirely, and so this is the spine. I don't need this much of spine, so I will trim this part separately and this part separately, and I'll show you how I will create a spine. So let me trim this and I'll be back. So I have trimmed some of the parts, but I'm going to keep some intact, and I thought I'd show you what I have the plans for. So this is something, so we take this off. Okay, so these can form pockets. Okay, so what I can do is I can just keep them as they are, but I don't need this spine as such a wide spine. So I'm going to reduce this and I'm going to cut this part off. Okay, so I'm just going to use my scissors because I have a small paper trimmer, and the bigger one that I have is I'm totally dissatisfied with. I don't know, I go through those blades like, you know, like a maniac, as if I'm cutting down everything I have. Okay, so today is basically Saturday, and I taught the whole day morning, and then I just have few plans of working on some projects, because I have just finished filming and stuff like that of my Ephemera's Vintage Garden design team project. I hope you people have seen it. Turned out gorgeous. Oh my god, more than I had imagined, so much more. You know, Debbie Ann's kits always surprise me, and so here I have a little bit of irregular surface, so I'm going to trim this off. Okay, and I'm going to follow the same thing, but I'm just going to go with this measurement. So I just need to mark this. Okay, and I have lost my pencil. That's really sad. Lost is not the correct word. I have misplaced my pencil. It's somewhere buried among my stuff. So I need to take off a little bit more, and this time I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to fix this with the paper clip. I had more. These paper clips are awesome. And you can see that I need to take off a little bit more, and I'm going to use my scissors for this. Okay, so you must be wondering, why am I keeping this? I'll come to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to join this. Okay, and this is going to be a closure. This is going to be the flap that's going to keep everything together. Okay, so we need to create a spine. So I can create a spine using a washi tape, masking tape, fabric, whatever, paper also. But right now I'm going to go with some sort of a tape, and then you will be able to see what I'm talking about. But right now what I'll do is I'm going to trim this off. I'll just show you how I guesstimate, sort of thing. I don't close the whole thing, I don't score the whole thing, I just bring it very close. I'm not pushing this down, just so that the two sides are equal. And now I'm going to done. Okay, so I have my closure done, It's looking good till now, and I need a spine. So I'm just going to add the spine and show you. Okay, so by the way, we are using the Bleu papers that I have in my shop, and I have cut all the papers down and all the ephemera ready to go in. But still, this is going to take a little bit of time, so you have to be patient. Probably I will be finishing this in 2 or 3 parts. I'm not sure. I want to take off this gooey thingy also. I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm going to cover this up with some sort of paper. So here it is. Now I want a medium-sized spine. So what I'll do is I'll probably add fabric later on. Oh my god. I'll probably add fabric later on. So this is just for the time being till we get things figured out. Now, why is this masking tape acting weirdly? Just see. Okay, now I hope to get better results this time. So what I'll do is I'll just, oh my god, this is not good. Okay, so I'm just taking a tiny bit over here, but I should take more because I want, and I'm going to be cutting this till here. Don't need these. I have an overflowing bin of papers, so you can see how much I've stuck down. And now I will just take this off just a little bit. I don't want to close up the pocket. So this is what we have done. I have not done this before. This is the disclaimer. I should have put this out way before I started. So if I make a mistake, it's a mistake, and it's on camera, and I'm fallible. I'm human. I am allowed to make mistakes, but it's how we do damage control is all that matters. So here we have this tiny, not tiny. Now this is a little bit sticky. Okay, that's okay. So I need to fix this a little bit. Yes. So I'm going to turn this, and if you want, you can put lace, you can put fabric, you can put anything, and we'll probably do that towards the end. But while constructing, I would want something right away, so that it doesn't move about too much. And I'll also show you how you can stain masking tapes. This is a canvas. This is a masking tape that is supposed to be used on canvases, so it is pretty sturdy, and this is not going anywhere because okay, this is done once. I will be using some scoring, so it might seem that it's going pretty fast. Yes, it does initially, and then we hit all the roadblocks. So this is going to be one pocket, and I'll probably put more pockets over here, and I can put a journal over here. This will close up, this will have the closure. So you can make this with any size. As I said, you don't have to use this size. You can do it with this size also. The process is the same. Just take this box apart from any box that you have, apart from the seams or from the joints, and then you'll have a flat surface that you can twist and turn and make it your own. So this is what we have. Now what we can do is we can just, because we have torn this, we have played with this, it is a little bit misshapen. So that's all we can do. And now what I'll do is, just to strengthen this spine more, I will be using more masking tape, just so that this is extremely sturdy. And remember, we might have a paper over this, or I'll add some fabric on the spine if I feel, or some lace, which is a high probability. And so this, okay. And on the other side, if I want, I can put, you can put washi tape also, but in that case you need to use some heavy duty glue, so that it adheres properly with the, you know, these are usually a bit laminated style. So if you have gesso, that works best, just take off this shininess and, you know, prepare the texture sort of thing. So now the spine is extremely sturdy and we are good to go. So I'm going to give this a trim, and our basic structure is done. Okay, now to create the pockets, I will be using more packaging. As I said, if you have small boxes, medicine boxes, you know, small kind of packaging, tea boxes, boxes with tea bags and stuff like that, you can use those to create pockets. They turn out to be very sturdy, trust me. And I do have one that I might use. This one, I will be using this to add pockets. So if you have something smaller, even if you don't have something smaller, you can cut it down, you know. It's not going to be a big deal. So you can always resize things. If it is big, you can always cut it down. If it is small, you cannot do anything with it. So if you're trying to save boxes, my first tip will be to go with medium-sized boxes, because they will be more useful. You know, you don't have, just like this one, you can add a small journal to it and it is good to go. So if the spine is bigger, the more you can stuff in. So here what I'll do is, now is the time when I'm going to recreate a little bit of groove into the spine, so that when I'm putting things in, there will be enough room for this to go. This is going to be a very simple folio, ephemera folio sort of thing, with not much of flips and flaps, but more of a pocket style. So we're going to put pockets here, we're going to put some pockets over here also, probably some pockets over here, and then this will be the tie which is going to close up, and we might add a mini journal inside. So let's start with the papers first. So as I said, I'm going to be using this kit which is in my shop. I've already cut down the sides and the ephemera pieces, so that we are ready to use this. Okay, so the papers are all ready. Yeah, so I have the background papers. I would not be requiring the background papers right away, but when we are covering the insides, we'll go with that. So I'm going to keep these 3 and 4. There are 4 of these aside, and we're going to concentrate more on the pockets and stuff like that. So as I said, I'm going to be using this box. Again, the same thing, just dismantle the box, take out, there is always a joint if you follow this, you know, there's always a joint. See, here is the joint. So I'm going to take this apart and it becomes like this. So I can use these parts to make pockets. Don't throw these boxes out, they are super useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down, and the pockets are going to be super sturdy also. Okay, so I'm just going to trim the extra papers down, and I'm going to be gluing on this, so I'm not worried if it's a little bit banged up or anything of that sort. So I'm going to take off the extra bit. I don't require this basically. Okay, and then we're going to take this off. Okay, so another thing that we can do is I know I said that I will not do any flips or stuff like that, but if I want, I can add this as a flip over here. I have done this before, but that was at the back, so probably I'm going to do it at the back. Yeah, why not? Why not? We'll make a circle over here, and then this flips up. Or probably I'm going to do it this way. So if this flips up, so we'll figure something out. I want this at the back, that is it. And if I have this at the back, but I want this to be opening on this side, so okay, we'll think of something. Let's keep this for the back pocket. For here we are going to be okay, so now we are going to do is we're going to trim this part off. I don't want to keep this video too long because it's going to be coming with the second part also, where we're going to be gluing papers down. This will be perfect for the back pocket. You know, when I was cutting this down, I had this idea. Why, I'll tell you. See, I'm going to, this has a side flap, okay? So if this has a side flap, that means I can turn it this way. Okay, and this is going to be this. If I open it, here I can make a tiny pocket. This can be a pocket, okay, and this will be like another pocket. So this is going to be our back. So let me write it down that this is going to be the back flap. Otherwise I might forget about this. Okay, so this is going to be the back flap. That's done. And for the inside, we're going to make pockets out of this. So just need to figure out the size and then we are good to go. So I think I'm going to not extend this too much because yeah, I think I'm going to go with this size because this is the size we have. Okay, yeah, that's good. So this is the size I'm going to go with. So I have this part extra and this flap extra. I'm going to take it off and you'll see how things go. So this is creating two pockets of the same size. Okay, now I need to just cut this off. Okay, so now what we can do is we will make this a tiered pocket sort of thing. Okay, and I just need to mark out the end so that, so this part is a little bit banged up, so I probably will keep this on this side. That's the thing with cardboard boxes, you know, you have to be careful like how much banged up they are or things like that, and then you can use accordingly. So I need to just cut this down. So I'm going to cut this down. Okay, so this is going to be our pocket over here, and this I might trim off later on once I cover this with paper. So this is the other portion that we have, and see, it is a little bit taller, so probably I'm going to cut this off. Okay, and now I have this figured out. I'm going to cut this portion off. So we have the two pockets. You can keep on adding pockets, there is no limit to this. You can add pockets like secretarial pockets also, and these will form the other pockets, but I'm keeping things simple because if it is simple, then anybody can do it. Okay, it's very easy to make things complicated because I do so many journals, but there's no point in making things complicated because then very few people will be able to do it. If I teach you or show you something very simple, something very doable, then you will be more inspired to do that. Okay, so the pockets are figured out. Okay, and the back one, as I said, what I'll do is this is going to be our back. Okay, so I should mark this also. This is back. This is a little bit of shiny paper, I don't know. I should do gesso, I think, on this, so the paper will stick well. Okay, and this is going to be going in over here. So this, what this will happen is this, I'm going to place it like this. This will open up and then this will close up. So here I can, you know, cut out a circle, make a window pocket or anything of that sort, something interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's done. And now what I'll do is I'll just use gesso, just a coat, you know, just to give this take off this shine a little bit. So I'm going to do some gesso and then I'm going to let this dry, come back and show you which papers we're going to use. So that's going to be the second part. Keep watching, don't go anywhere, and if you've not hit subscribe, then please subscribe to my channel. If I'm talking too fast, that's only because I've had too many cups of coffee. I've been teaching the whole day and coffee you know, makes me going, so that's kind of my gas to drive my car. So if you have not yet subscribed, then please think of subscribing. You will be seeing more interesting stuff coming the way, coming your way. And if you want to support me by buying me a coffee, the virtual one where you donate some part, you can. And if you want to provide me support through Patreon, all the links are going to be down there, and I will be ever so grateful and thankful for your support because this channel needs your support. So if you support me, I can only go on further in this journey and you know, make more amazing things. So thank you ladies for watching me, and bye. I'll be back after I do gesso and dry these up and choose the papers. We are good to go. So thank you for watching. Bye. Have a great day.